Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is going to be a collective reading. I do these once in a while where I feel prompted to put a reading out there in general for someone who needs to hear it. And I was prompted today to do a reading in regards to confirmation. So somebody needs confirmation about something in some way, and I'm just gonna go ahead and lay out the cards and see what kind of confirmation we get in regards to what, and something that Spirit needs you to know about this. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start first actually with the Fairy Messages Oracle to see, let's see, what is this confirmation all about? Someone out there needs to hear confirmation of something, right? So we're gonna just ask Spirit to help us know what the confirmation that you need is. And we're gonna learn a little bit more about this confirmation. So somebody's looking for confirmation out there about something in their journey right now. So let's see what kind of confirmation Spirit can deliver to assist you right now in this moment. I'm going to grab another one. I feel led to grab another. So let's see. Confirmation for the journey. What kind of confirmation do you need to know, hear, understand right now, be aware of? Okay. All right. So let's start over here. Ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. Pregnancy. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. So maybe somebody needs confirmation that they will get pregnant, or that whatever it is that they are manifesting will eventually, like a child, get birthed into one's experience. And it says, admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So this is about something, you need confirmation about something that you are at present gestating. Maybe some of you are looking to get pregnant. Maybe some of you are gestating or having a pregnancy right now. But birth, right? We birth things into our experience, whether they be children or projects or goals or manifestations, right? Consider the Empress energy. The Empress is that energy where she's nurturing something in her inner world. Yes, can literally be a child. But in a lot of instances, it speaks of the divine within birthing something via a manifestation. And this manifestation, like any seed, gets planted and it needs time to gestate, to grow, to develop and become before it's physically birthed into your experience where you can hold it just like that baby that you held in your womb for 9 months. So this is basically confirming to you that your manifestation is well underway. It's right now undergoing a process of birth, of growth, right, before it can be birthed. So the feeling is here, you've already, perhaps some of you have already communicated what it is that you truly desire with the universe, right? Consider that. Ask for what you want. Maybe that's what you've done. You've already asked. You've already told the universe what it was that you truly desired. Perhaps you've already sat with yourself and really buckled down and figured out what is it that you want, right? Because sometimes we don't always know, and we have to sit with ourselves and truly figure that out. And then once we understand what that is, then we can put it out there into the universe and begin the process of co-creation and manifestation. So it feels to me that some of you have already done that. And if you haven't, okay, gotten real with yourself and with the universe and gotten to a point where you can maybe let the universe know you're serious, right? If you haven't done that yet, then this is an indication that the time is now. Why delay the process of this growth that is ready to happen for you or to take place for you? It says, let the universe and other people know what you need. So first we got to ask for what we want. We got to be real about what it is that we want and desire, and come to terms with it. But it's more or less this feeling of come into wholeness with it. Because what you want is part of you. what you desire to create and manifest in your world is part of you. And you have to align with that. And one way to align with it is to feel it, connect with it, right? Because we visualize these things in our mind's eye, but we got to connect with it on a soul level. We got to connect with it on a heart level. We got to marry the mind's visualization of it and thought with it with the feeling of it in our heart. So we got to become whole with it. We got to come into wholeness and alignment with this thing. And only you know what it is that you really want, like the card says, in order to fully align and come into wholeness with it. And it's at that point when we come into wholeness with what we really, really want, and we are 100% sure that that's what we really want, then the birthing process begins. The creation process begins. Because sometimes there are little things that occur within the manifestation process to kind of double check that that's what we really want before the universe delivers what you initially asked for. Do you see? And the feeling is here that some of you are at that point where you are 100% sure. And you've been 100% sure about it. And you haven't let up on this thing. And the confirmation that you need right now more than anything is to know that it is in the process of becoming, developing, before it can eventually get birthed into your physical world where you can touch it, hold it, see it with your very 2 eyes and 2 hands. It says, the birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. The birth of anything that you hold deep within you, really. And you are living, like you're living proof of what you held inside of you. The physical proof of it is living proof of you and who you are and what you were able to create from the inside out, you see. So when I see this, it says the birth of a child brings great blessings to you in the world. Well, anything that you co-create with spirit that has higher intentions is going to be a blessing to the world. It is also a demonstration of God's co-creator spirit with you. Your inner world shining from the inside out. It is a blessing if it's somehow it's going to help uplift the world if God is living vicariously this manifestation through you. I hope that makes sense. Do you see? Sometimes we're used as the vessel to bring something to fruition for the greater good of the world. And we don't even realize how sometimes the things that we manifest actually not just benefit us, but benefit those around us. And that is a blessing to the world. So if you are wondering if at any point your manifestation was valid and had purpose and meaning, it does. It's going to bless the overall experience somehow, some way. And the universe is using you as a vessel to bring it about. It needs a physical vessel to take the inspired action in the direction of this thing that was initially inspired within you through spirit. So let's get some tarot on this. I'm just using a regular old school Rider-Waite deck. So let's see. What? Look at that. The Justice card right away is telling me it's all going to work out in a positive way. It's all going to work out in your favor. There's some things that had to get aligned first before it could be brought about, right? The Nine of Pentacles is the blessing. Realized, lived. The hard work paying off, right? The labor, the fruits of your labor, and finally being able to bask in the blessing of your thing materialized, whatever the manifestation is. There's some things with the Justice card that had to get resolved, had to get worked out. There could have been some issues relating to the past. And I'm saying that because of the butterfly energy in her wings. They are monarch wings, it looks like. So whenever I think of butterflies, I think of metamorphosis and transformation. And I'm going to grab another card in a minute, but I just want to discuss these first. The feeling is you had to maybe undergo a transformation process before this thing could be ready to be birthed into your physical world from the inside out, right? Because anything we ever create begins on the inside spirit world first within us, before we're led to take the inspired action to bring it about into the physical. So there was a transformation process that you had to go under or through, a metamorphosis that had to take place. You had to resolve, maybe even with the Justice card, some karma or some things that were imbalanced or unresolved. All that had to be brought into balance and transmuted and transformed before you could see the fruit of your labor fully realized. The Justice energy also sometimes speaks of things that are held up, sometimes outside of our control. It does speak of cause and effect and divine order. So Spirit is saying here, there's a divine order to things, right? There's a divine order to the full development and birth of your manifestation, wish, desire, maybe even child, right? There's some kind of a alignment, divine order and alignment that has to take place first. All the pieces have to fall into place in a beautiful way for them to work out for your highest good and blessing. If any one thing is out of divine order, it wouldn't be able to reach its full potential. So the timing has to be right. All the pieces of the puzzle have to fit into place. The Justice card is indicating that there are some things that sometimes in our circumstance are outside of our individual control. Maybe it's in the hands of others. And these things are kind of held up until they're resolved and decided, giving us the freedom to move forward once they have been resolved, you see. And the Justice is saying these things are getting resolved. Anything that was held up is going to get balanced and adjusted, so that way all the pieces can move into place properly at the right time, in the divine right way, to bring this energy about for you, to where you can finally birth this thing that you've held inside of you for so long. You can finally birth it to where it becomes physically manifested, materialized, and real. But there was a divine order to things, and it wasn't going to happen any sooner. And it has to happen when it needs to, at the right pace, at the right time, that's in alignment perfectly for you. Because any little misstep or mishap, right? And that's the thing. Spirit knows the bigger picture, sees the bigger picture of the way everything needs to line up for your best. And the feeling here is like, it's no one thing is going to ever be out of place, because that would throw off your course. It would throw off your development or the birth of this thing into your world. So please know, any ups and downs you've experienced, any delays that you've experienced, anything that's been held up was not in vain. It was meant to help you arrive when you needed to arrive. No sooner, no later. All right, so let's see if we can get another card here. The confirmation to me here is that this thing is coming about, that these issues that were holding your manifestation up are being resolved now and being placed into a feeling of balance and alignment and harmony, so that way you can stand over here like the Nine of Pentacles, basking in your good. Okay, so let's see if we can get one more card here. Okay, why does this feel like the last trimester of a manifestation? Maybe for some of you an actual pregnancy, but it's like the last trimester before you give birth to this project, this goal, this manifestation, this thing that you, again, have been creating, right? It's literally a form of creation here. Deep within your soul, your being. This is something that it feels with the Justice card, has been in the works for some time. And you've been giving it your all, because sometimes the Nine of Pentacles talks about all the labor, the elbow grease. And it's about deserving everything you worked for when it finally arrives. It's like trust that you're worthy of this. And that's also the confirmation. You are worthy of receiving this because you earned every blessing of it. So just keep that in mind. Like it took a lot of effort, energy, work, labor, physical, maybe toil and labor too, to get to the point of where you're about to receive your good. And please know that when it comes in, you are very, very much worthy and deserving of it. Let's even get one more card here. Okay. The Hermit energy, that's telling me that this has basically been a process of growth in regards to your spirituality. Again, the transformation energy of the metamorphosis of the butterfly. The journey to getting to this manifestation physically birthed into your experience and or realized has been one of spiritual growth. It has been a spiritual journey. The Hermit, the beautiful thing about the Hermit is he has, it's like a hidden star card, right? He has the star in his lamp. The star is a symbol of divine guidance and being divinely led in the direction of your soul's calling. He takes a spiritual pilgrimage to find himself. So it feels like the process of birthing this into your experience has been a process of spiritual healing, growth, and advancement or leveling up. Spirit, it feels like Spirit used this journey to manifestation as a way to help you level up, grow, and become an enlightened version of yourself. You've been divinely guided, protected, and guarded throughout this entire experience, or the entire trek, right, or journey to getting there, because the Hermit is on a journey. He's on a journey to find himself. He's also on a journey to or towards his personal wish fulfillment of the star in his lamp. Your spirit team is saying here, we've always been guiding you. We've always been looking out for you. We've always held the lamp at your feet. You've never been truly alone or in the dark, even though at times on the journey to this creation, it has felt like it. But you've never been alone. We've always guided every step of the way. Again, divine order of the Justice card. Nothing could ever be out of place for you. Please know this. We've been watching every step of the way, aligning everything, guiding you properly every step of the way to help you arrive at this. The beautiful thing is if you look at the Hermit is facing the 9 of Pentacles. You see? You've been guided in the direction this entire time of your blessings, of your manifestation realized, where you can get to a point where eventually you're going to stand amongst it, in it, dwell within it. You'll be living the dream. You'll be living the manifestation in real time. So you've been divinely guided in the direction of it this entire time. And there's been a divine order to all of it. And some of you need to know that there's been a divine order to this and timing of it the entire way. You've never been alone the entire journey. This journey to the manifestation has been used as a way to evolve you. Consider the butterfly energy, strength gained in the struggle, right? Pushing its way out of its cocoon to become the most beautiful, glorious, radiant version of itself. This is you coming into the fullest version of you, dwelling amongst the manifestation, fully realized, basking in your higher self, your best potential, and your best life. You see, so some of you are on the road right now. You're traveling in the direction of this manifestation, and some of you are feeling like, when am I going to see it? Is it finally going to come about? Where am I right now on the journey? I have no idea if I'm headed there or not. Like, that's the feeling I'm getting from this. The confirmation is, yes, you are. You've already asked for what you wanted. You've already gotten really real with yourself about what it is that you desire. And the seed has been planted. Now it's in the process of growing. But you know what? You are growing too. You are growing at the same pace as your manifestation is developing. You are growing too. So not only is the manifestation undergoing growth, but you have been as well. And that is the beautiful thing. It's like, it's symbiotic. It's you and this thing growing towards and with each other. Eventually you end up becoming it, right? Or you end up meeting it. The feeling is here though, you and this manifestation, you're both on the path to one another. And Spirit is guiding you there in the right way. You're being guided in the direction of this truth. Again, sword of truth here in the justice energy. It reveals all things. And I apologize if you could hear my fan. It's being really noisy, but it's hot as heck in this room. So I live in a cabin, and it's one of those old school ones, and it does not have central air, none of that stuff. So I struggle in the summertime and in the wintertime. But anyhow, the feeling here is the justice is revealing the truth, and you are walking also in the direction of this truth. Again, this is very real. It feels like this manifestation is very real to you. And you fulfilling this manifestation is part of your truth. It's putting you also in alignment with your most authentic self. So you materializing or realizing this manifestation is going to help you become the best version of you, the most authentic version of you. It's like it goes hand in hand. Like I said, it's symbiotic. You can't have one without the other, right? This manifestation and you go hand in hand. You need it and it needs you. That you can't separate the two. That's what this feels like. It's beautiful though. The feeling is here, Spirit needs you to fulfill this. And this will help you be the best version of you as a result of fulfilling it. So again, beautiful partnership here between you, Spirit, and the full realization of this manifestation. Okay. Let me see if I can adjust that real quick, because it's annoying even me. Okay, it's a little better. Okay, so let's see if we can get some cards. And then I'm going to close this out for you with a final oracle card. I'm just going to grab 3 of these. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Look at that. New opportunities. Pausing to reflect. That would be the Hermit energy. Oh my gosh. New level of growth. Exactly. Look, new opportunities are incoming to put you on the path to the manifestation realized. Remember when I was saying how, Spirit will inspire us with divine right action in the direction of our goal fully realized. It'll line us up with the right people, places, and things, yes, to help us arrive at the manifestation. But the inspiration to take these actions in the direction of it are, again, inspired within us from our higher self, the divine spark within, our connection to obviously our God spark, that co-creative energy with the whole universe. Like, this is what moves us and shakes us in the direction of our manifestation. And this is telling me that you are being put on the path to connect with these divine inspired right actions to arrive at it. They will present themselves with this card in the form of new opportunities, new doors opening up to you, fresh inspiration, sudden ideas, okay, light bulb moments, epiphanies, whatever you want to call it. But all of this is, again, the clarity that comes through with this, I feel, is also in part from the justice energy, because now that things are kind of resolving themselves out of the way, you can get the clarity and truth that you need to help move you in the right direction. But again, the light has been placed at your feet the entire time. You've been guided in the direction of these opportunities, and they will show up at the right time, at the right moment, to help assist you in birthing this thing into your reality. You have had moments to pause and reflect. Like I said, we have to take a moment to sit with ourselves, right? figure out what it is that we want first, what it is that we really want, and get real with ourselves. Do we really want this, or don't we really want this? When we understand that, yes, this is something that we really want, you know, that whole process of knowing what it is that we want is a moment of reflection. It is the hermit energy trying to find itself, understand itself, and be aware of itself as far as what is it that it truly desires. But once we know and we identify what it is that we truly desire, we can put that out into the universe, come into wholeness with it, and start taking the path or the journey there, right? And through the process of manifesting this, we undergo growth, major growth, right? And Spirit was using this journey to the manifestation as a way to level you up. You had to have what did I say? Oh my gosh. They went hand in hand, basically. You growing up, leveling up, right, in yourself, in your soul. And the journey to arriving at the manifestation, they went together. You couldn't have one without the other, it feels like. But please know, you've been divinely guided, directed, guarded the entire time. And it feels like the process of this manifestation is still at present underway, but you're in the 3rd trimester. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're almost there. This feels like the last inning at the baseball game. That's what it feels like here. And you've had your moments of reflection where you can look back on how far you've come and realize that you're making headway. Maybe you've gotten signs of it, that you're making progress. Sometimes we don't always see it when we're in the throes of it, but this is saying here that you are. Even if you've had doubts, this is saying there's been signs of it. Maybe it's gone over your head, because sometimes we can get to that point too, where we're so caught up in what we're doing, we fail to see the signs. But I feel like you're being made aware of them right now. Probably, maybe it's reminding you. Maybe this reading is triggering you of some of the things, if you could look back, of how it all got you to this point. Because Spirit will use people, places, and things, signs, and synchronicities to kind of like hint. Maybe you've been aware of them, maybe you're not. But if you're not, let's say, this reading may trigger that remembering, is what I'm trying to get at. Maybe you've seen numbers, maybe you've seen feathers, maybe you've seen shapes. Hearts, stars. I mean, those are 2 of mine that I see all the time. In nature, it's strange. I could see a heart-shaped rock, you know. I've found many of them, but that's, again, a sign and a symbol for me that I'm on the right path. Feathers, right? There's so many different ways that Spirit can kind of hint at us that we're not alone, we're being assisted, and that we're getting close. Now, we don't have to live by the signs, right? If anything, when the signs come up, they're not a map or a blueprint for life, just saying. But they are a hint, they are a sign, they're a wink, right, from the universe, that we're okay, that we're doing all right, that we're, again, not alone. We're guided by our higher self, you know, if anything. Our ancestors. We're never alone on the journey. But again, this manifestation, the journey to your manifestation, was one that you had to undergo, because part of the process to arriving at the manifestation required your growth first. And we're seeing that you're on the path right now. Again, the Hermit is walking in the direction of the 9 of Pentacles. Consider that. In the direction, again, of truth, with the justice, your authentic self. That's where you're headed right now, in the direction of your manifestation, your blessings, your abundance, your prosperity, your independence with the 9 of Pentacles, and in the direction of your truth and things being fully aligned with the most authentic version of you. Let's get a final oracle card here. Again, keep an eye out. If you haven't been, keep an eye out for signs and synchronicities. And if you're fully aware of the signs and synchronicities, this reading is also feeling like to tell you to pause and reflect back on it and see how it's all lining up. And like pause and reflect back on all the little things leading up to this moment, and just pause with gratitude for everything that you've gotten to get you to this point. And you can see, looking back, that you've never been alone. And if you've neglected in some way, right, to see the signs at all throughout this entire journey, this is telling you to pay attention to them now, because they will show themselves in one way or another. And Spirit wants to get your attention about it, because it's going to help to assist and confirm to you the rest of the path moving forward in the direction of this thing fully realized and brought to fruition. So that's the confirmation here, okay, that you're headed there. You're headed there right now as we speak. And these things are balancing out and aligning to help move you in the direction of this. Opportunities are going to present themselves to inspire the right action on your behalf to help get you there. You will have this inner knowing and truth to direct you. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let's see what we have here. And I'm going to read directly from the book. It says Enchanted Fern Grotto Refuge. Wow, that's a, that is a beautiful card. Oh my gosh. It looks like, I don't know if that's a Pegasus or a unicorn in there. I can't tell. But she's pretty. All right, so let's see. 16, it says 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. That's a spiritual number of growth, personal growth. And that does align with this card here as far as the number vibration, right? But let's see what it says. Magic is afoot in the enchanted grotto. Long rays of light stream through the forest canopy above. An abundance of ferns fill the grotto with effervescent, verdant color, and a small waterfall tinkles like crystalline chimes. You know that you are safe here. Again, you've been protected the whole time. This is the time to go within. Hermit, right? Ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. Admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. Sometimes we have to go inward to figure out what that is. And then once we know, when we commune with that, we can set the intention toward it, and the seed gets planted, and then everything starts to come about. Okay? But anyhow, let's see. Seek and find your inner refuge. Take time for deliberation and reflection. Deliberation, right? Sometimes we have to decide something with the justice energy too. And there's the reflection of the hermit. In times of retreat, you can truly hear the voice of your soul. If you have been pushing hard or struggling to keep going, look at that. Sometimes, yes, on the road to the manifestation, we sometimes want to throw in the towel, right? In times of retreat, you can truly hear the voice of your soul. If you have been pushing hard or struggling to keep going, this is the time to be still and nurture your inner world. But don't give up is also the feeling here. Draw nourishment from the wellspring within you. Dig down deep, right? Think carefully about decisions you make at this time. If possible, put them off. Now is not a good time to make life-changing choices. Instead, take time to create a foundation for the future. Retreat and reflect on your heart's true desires. Right? What does it say? Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. Proceed with care and deliberation as you make plans. Do you see? We have to get real with ourselves. We have to figure out what it is that we really want. And then, right, that seed gets planted and we take those divine inspired actions in the direction of it. Proceed with care and deliberation as you make plans. Listen to your inner guidance. Fern grottos have a feeling of peace as you enter. Many are known to be places where magic resides, perhaps the homes of fairies and elves. Allow the energy of this sacred space to fill you. Know that you can be yourself and truly relax. The spirit of the Enchanted Fern Grotto says, retreat and replenish your inner resources. Now is not the time to act, but to incubate your ideas for the future. Be still. The answers are within you. Magic is all around you. Incubation, gestation, right? It's saying that you are undergoing that process of incubation and gestation for the future right now. It's okay, for one, if you don't have all the answers. These things are figuring themselves out with the Justice card. They are resolving themselves. Right? Be at peace, be still, and know that this is all developing and working out the way that it's supposed to. You don't have to force anything. The seed has already been planted. And it's already in the process of gestating and incubating before it becomes or gets birthed into your experience. Right now, right? This is saying just relax into the process of being led in the direction of it. You don't really have to do anything on your part, in a sense, because the right inspired action will present itself at the right time when it's needed. Right? It's saying here, yeah, now is not the time to act. You don't have to do anything right now. These things are incubating for the future. They've already basically undergoing the process of growth and becoming. Every answer that you could ever need is within you. If you have to make a decision, don't force a decision to be made right now either, because Spirit will let you know when the time is right to decide. Be still. The answers are within you. Magic is happening right now all around you. Just take refuge. Be still, right? Be still and know it's all working out. Yeah, you're right now in the process of creating the foundation for your future as you work in the direction of these things, right? You are going through the growth process, and that is a period of stillness. I always say that there's moments of action and inaction, and both are purposeful. A lot of times when you don't see a lot of things happening, it's because we're undergoing a growth. We're undergoing some process of growth that is happening internally but can't always be seen surface level yet. I use the analogy of the carrots, right? We don't, like I said, we don't pull up the carrots to see how they're growing. That's the same analogy that I used in a pick a card the other day. Actually applies to this too. There's growth taking place, new levels of growth, right? And all we can sometimes do in the process of undergoing the growth is just be still, reflect, connect with our inner self in a state of trust and surrender, not force, just flow. And know that these things, right, we're being guided in the direction of these things that we wish to materialize over here with the Nine of Pentacles. The opportunities, the inspired action will happen at the right time when it's meant to. So for now, you don't have to force anything. Just flow with it. Because either way, right, no matter what, the Hermit is walking and moving in the direction of its truth, right? In the direction of this thing fully materialized and manifested. There is a line here. Oh, if I can find it. Retreat and reflect on your heart's true desires, right? Continue to hold the vibration and visualize. Connect with the mind's visualization and the feeling in the heart. Continue to reflect on this and visualize and hold space for it. Because you are, right? It's saying proceed with care. That's the Hermit energy. Proceed with care. Give yourself the time and the space to, you know, kind of just figure things out or reflect upon the journey and how far you've come and where is it that you want to go. But there's this feeling of surrendering to the process of anything. Okay. So, yeah, I agree with this card in a sense that it does connect very well to the Hermit energy, connecting with what it is that you desire, and trusting the process of the way everything is developing, right? It's basically trusting the process of it all. And know that these things are coming about. It says, if you have been pushing hard or struggling to keep going, right? This is a time to just not push, not force, not try to control everything. This is a time to kind of just sit back, take a back seat in a sense, and just allow spirit to work in this sense and nurture yourself as needed. Okay. So let's see if we can get a final message here from the angel numbers with the dice. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice to get additional messages. Apologies for the lighting. I know it's really bad. It's full sun right now. But let's see what numbers come up. Again, if you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for additional messages. Sometimes, though, the angel numbers that come up may actually confirm some things I've already said in this reading, too. That does happen a lot. But anyhow, do your own research. Find a source that you trust. I don't recommend one because, for one, it could be one you don't like. Two, I don't want to imply that one source is better over another. Again, I want you to use your own discernment in regards to who or whatever interpretation you connect with. Take the journey also to find the numbers for yourself, because sometimes when we're put on the path to research things, we come across other synchronicity and serendipity Spirit needs us to find. If I were to give you a shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. I don't want that to happen. I want everyone to find their own magic. Likewise, I always tell everybody not to put the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We don't want to rob anybody of finding their own magic this way. The confirmation here in this reading, by the way, for one, just please know this thing is well underway. You don't have to force anything. The seed has already been planted. You are moving in the direction of it. These opportunities will present themselves as needed. This journey to this manifestation was also a journey to leveling up and major growth. So right now, just ease into this last trimester, okay, of your manifestation, soon to be birthed into your experience. Okay, so let's see what numbers come up. Again, everything's working out in your favor with the Justice card as well. So we have 8, 5, 8. So 858 is your angel number. Go ahead and look up that number. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. You want to take it a step further to support what I do, please check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit. I have really cool things that I make there by hand on my free time, including handmade crystal jewelry. If you want to support me further, pay me a visit there at any time. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining.